Okay, YouTubers, how you doing? I'm gonna make an attempt, if this phone will ever stay here, at trying to make a VR for Birdman 5691. He wanted us to tell of an experience that we had that was, I guess, unexpected, that, gave us some kind of feeling of, good, that we accomplished something good or whatever. So, that's what I'm going to try to do. Just want to light my pipe here. Every time I turn around, there's another contest going. It's really getting crazy. I think this is the third one I'm doing so far. And there's still like 3 more out there, I think. 2 or 3 more out there at least. But anyway, I'm smoking my Bolkovic with some cupcake in it. One of my favorite aromatics today. And, well, here we go. All right. It's a long story, but I'm going to make it very short. I'm going to get to the point of basically when it happened. I've been in my own businesses all my life, basically. I worked for a few people here and there along the way, but I made most of my money in my own businesses and stuff, and things had happened where, that were out of my control, where the last business I had, basically, I wasn't in long enough in the economy, whatever. Someday I'll tell you the story. But right now, I became a store manager for a paint outfit that had like 23 stores, mostly in New Jersey, and a couple in, I think, Connecticut and a couple other states. And I was just working there, doing the best I can, really. Cloud of smoke and a hidey ho, and I am the type of person that I give 110%. Maybe because I've been in business, I understand the workings of business. I know that the person who owns the business that I'm working for is not taking all the money that he's making and putting in his pocket and running. I know there's a lot of expenses, it takes your whole life. Business takes your whole life, and I fully understand that. So when I work for somebody, I try to give them, my best shot, you know what I mean? And I've been working for this company for close to 15 years. And, it's nothing trip to life fantastic, It's just something that made me feel good about myself, about my accomplishments and my performances and stuff like that. But they decided to, out of the 23 stores in the chain, to do an Employee of the Month, give an Employee of the Month certificate to who they felt was the best employee of that month. And although I know that I give my best, and I know I was doing my job well, I also know that there's other people out there, who might be doing better than me, you know what I mean? Even though I was doing my best. So, sometimes somebody's best is not as good as somebody else's best, But anyway, I got wind of it that they were giving a certificate for Employee of the Month for the chain. But the thing that made me feel the best about myself was the very first certificate that they came out with, they gave it to me. And that said a lot of things to me, because if, you're good, But there's somebody out there better than you, or doing a better job than you. They're going to give that first certificate to who they think is the best. And when I received it, I was elated. I mean, it was only a certificate, a piece of paper from a company, with 23 stores. And, it was no big deal, you know what I mean? I wasn't being the president of the United States. I wasn't, receiving, a gold star, or, any kind of ribbons for courage or anything like that. But it was what I was doing. And that gave me a good feeling of accomplishment. I felt that, for them to pick me first out of a chain of 23 stores made me really feel good. Maybe if it was, I was the second one or third one or fourth one or whatever, I still would have felt good, because it's good to know that your employers feel that way about you. But it was the first. And that made it really, really special to me because, it was the first certificate. And it really gave me a good sense of accomplishment, and felt good about myself that I've done a good job. And, that was always my goal, even now to this day. I'm 65, I can't get a job to save my life because that company eventually went out of business because of inner problems, family problems and stuff. It was a family-based business, really. And at my age, it's really hard to get a job, so I'm kind of like just doing a menial job, like working in a deli and stuff like that. But even with that, I still always try to give my best, and that's basically, there's a lot of other things, I play, that I could, that I felt good about myself. When I was a kid, 11 years old, just to run it by you real quick, I loved the game baseball. I love baseball. When I was a kid, you always see me with a mitt and a ball in my hand that bounced so I could throw it against the stoop and catch it and make believe I was pitching, and, Whitey Ford and all that stuff. I was a big Yankee fan, and when I got of age, I walked down and signed myself up for Little League and paid for it myself with my paper route money, and and I stunk the joint out the first year I played. I really stunk. I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. I was probably the worst hitter on the team. And that year, the team did good. And we had gone to the pennant. And we were in the pennant. And now we were like 1 or 2 runs behind or whatever. There was a couple of men on base. And guess who was up? Me. I was so nervous because I didn't want to let my teammates down. I got up, and they're cruel in those days. They're cruel today too. No batter. This guy can't hit. He can't hit a broadside of the barn. And the truth of the matter was, the reason why I heard it so much was because I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. I was terrible. But somehow, some way, maybe, I don't know, by the grace of God or whatever it was, I connected with one and hit a double and brought in a couple of runs, and we won the game. Now they're lifting me up and carrying me off the field and all that crap. I was very proud of that as a kid, 11-year-old kid. But needless to say, I must add this, the following year when I played, I made the All-Stars. From having the lousiest batting average, I loved the game so much and put so much into it that the following year I had a .450 batting average, which got me into the All-Stars. So there's another little tidbit that I felt good about, an accomplishment I felt good about. I want to thank Birdman. I forget his name because I'm terrible with that. Forgive me for that guy. But for having this contest. Congratulations on your 500 subs. I know you got more than that now. I'm probably up to 600 and maybe over that. But yeah, congratulations on it. I love your videos. I watch them. and I hope this is what you're looking for. I did change the area a little bit. I'm still in my car, but I'm not in the same place I usually am in my car because I'm always driving people around. Well, with that being said, I'm just going to keep this in my file and put it up as soon as I can. Okay, so everybody have a great day, and God bless.